Can't even lie. All right, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's officially been a week since I saw this BB Face 30-inch 613 unit with a transparent lace. So now I can finally give y'all my honest opinion after living with it and not just wearing it for a few hours. The unboxing, the toning, and the install is already up. So if you haven't already, definitely go check those out. Now, for this unit, the styling of it was super easy, if I'm just being honest. Y'all will see in these upcoming clips, it straightens with one pass. Of course, in this video, I didn't curl it, but I did curl it within the week that I had it on. And it does hold a curl. And it did pretty good once I introduced heat to the hair. Because this is the first time that I introduced heat to it. And it actually did pretty good. Girl, so this unit was 180% density. Now, this is a little bit of it that pissed me off, if, you know, this is a safe space for us to talk about this. Now, in its natural state prior to putting any heat, and when I say any heat, I mean any heat at all. No blow dryer, no flat iron, anything. The hair is super full. Or what I will say is it gives the appearance of full. However, once you put that heat to it, it does get thin. Okay, now yes, I know your natural hair does that too in regards to appearance wise, but this one was just to an extreme that I just wasn't prepared for, or I also just wasn't expecting it. However, still was able to serve a look, so we press on. Now, something else that kind of pissed me off about this wig. If y'all seen the initial unboxing, we also did the washing process too. It was no shedding for the unboxing, and for the washing process, it was minimum to no shedding. But shit did start hitting the fan once it came to actually having that motherfucker on for real. Like, I don't know. It's like once it got installed and styled, it was shedding left and right. And it's not like, what I can say though, even though it did start shedding, it wasn't like in clumps and it wasn't as you walk. It's just like, if you put the brush to it, expect for you to have a good bit of hairs in there. And that really did blow me a little bit, because I had high hopes for this wig, especially from the unboxing and washing. I was like, oh, this gonna be one. Yeah, one to piss me off. But anyways, now I did experience tangling with this hair. By the time I got to like day 3, it was tangling. But because it's 30 inches, I was expecting it to be tangling at the nape, which surprisingly it was not tangling at the nape. But them freaking ends, y'all, them ends, like, I don't know. It was like by day 3, the ends start turning into Brillo pads, which is going to have to cause for you to like brush it often. And then it's like that friction against your shirt. I don't know, but the ends, my God. And then when you take the brush to it, it's just a temporary fix, right? Yeah. So tangling, not so much, more so the ends. So like mid back down, it just started tangling and Brillo pad, and like to where they looked at like locks or something. Like, it was crazy, y'all. It was wild. And that leads me to the dryness of the hair. It was also a little weird, because it was like mid back up, it wasn't as dry. It still kept like the shine, especially with like the little bit of product I did put on it. But the ends though, they got super dry. We just talked about that. Them ends got ridiculously dry. And I guess one may say, well, you know, or not even one may say, but I guess a fix to that would be like, oh, just cut them. But if I ordered a 30-inch wig, I want 30 inches worth of wig. You know, I don't want to have to cut it into like a bob or a lob, a long bob. I don't want to have to do that. So it definitely did get dry at them. Which, if we're honestly speaking, based off the price point of this unit, and it also being a 613 unit, I was expecting for it to experience some dryness just because it is a 613. 613 is high maintenance hair. It's going to be high maintenance. And we also toned it a little bit. So I was expecting it to experience some dryness because it's not like super quality hair. But my God. And y'all probably like, well, girl, did you like anything about the wig? Because as of right now, everything just pissing you off. And glad you asked, because yes, I did. What I did like about the wig was the lace, right? It was easy to blend with my skin, which I loved because it's transparent lace. So if y'all don't know, with transparent lace, especially on us chocolate people, it is harder to conceal or blend sometimes. This lace, it actually blended very well with my skin, in my opinion. So it was super easy to melt, and I would definitely say this is one that's beginner friendly. Another thing that I appreciated about this unit is the size of it. Now, I have a normal size head, but something that I've noticed often people run into, we do have some larger head girlies, and that is okay. This unit would be a good unit for a bigger head girl. It also was a comfy fit too. So not only is it like space in the unit, it did fit comfortable and it didn't feel heavy or weighed down. Because I know some units I put on, especially when they 30 inches, they feel weighed down. Another thing I would say to be mindful of, especially if you're looking into this unit, is maintenance. We did kind of already talk about it. While I would say not so much if, you don't really want to have to do maintenance, because it does get dry. It is 613 hair. So 613 hair itself is high maintenance hair. Then on top of like some of the problems that you're running into with this hair, like the ends being dry, the hair shed and it tangling and stuff like that, if you got a busy schedule and you're not gonna have time to put a little TLC on the unit, keep that in mind, because it is super high maintenance. When it comes to the longevity of this unit, realistically speaking, I think that's just going to be dependent on the person. Now, I definitely don't think that this would be a everyday wear. You could probably keep this wig for maybe like 2-3 months, but that's just going to be dependent on how often are you putting it on, right? What are you doing to upkeep it, knowing the problems that it have? So I guess that's just going to be dependent on who's wearing it. But in my opinion, I definitely wouldn't do this as a everyday wear. Because me personally, this is a unit that I would wear 2 to 3 days max. That's it. I just feel like this wig is perfect for beginners. Maybe even somebody that just wants to try blonde. Maybe a photo shoot or a birthday event. But nothing like long-term commitment kind of thing. Like, you will not be able to wear this straight through for 2 weeks or whatnot. Like, you just, this is not that kind of unit, unfortunately. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend this unit. Like I mentioned, if you looking for something long-term wear, this is not gonna be it. If you hate the shedding, that's a deal breaker for me. This is not going to be a unit for you. Or if you don't want to have to do maintenance, this is not going to be a unit for you, babe. So my final verdict, would I buy this unit again? I don't know. It would be the first on my list to buy again, if I'm just being honest. Would I recommend it? Yes, but for only certain things, like I mentioned to y'all before. So maybe birthday weekend, or you just got a photo shoot, or you just want to try that color. Who shouldn't buy this wig? If anything that I mentioned in here was a deal breaker for you, baby, just don't get it. Do not waste your money. And that's my whole purpose for doing these videos. I'm in a space where I can order these wigs and I can give y'all the real tea. I can actually wear them instead of just putting it on and being like, yeah, y'all get it because I get a commission off of it. I don't get anything for doing these videos. This is just what I like to do. So if anything in this video, you were like, yeah, that's enough. No, don't get it, babe. Save your money. But yeah, y'all, if you've been thinking about trying this wig, I hope this gave you a more realistic idea of what to actually expect after living in the wig for a whole week and not just wearing it for a few hours. If you found this helpful in any way, let me know what wig you want me to try next in the comments below. That's a wrap for our BB Face Blonde Diaries. And y'all, this is just the beginning. I'll see y'all in the next one. Make sure y'all don't forget to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend. She over here on their neck. She not letting up. And she giving us all the hair tea.